Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie. Today is Friday, July the 14th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. What are we looking at? Higher prices. This line in the sand that I drew, I said, hey, listen, if we close above this zone, 45.41, we are going to continue upward, and we are. So if we take a look at the daily, what do we see? We see that we went right to the top of the prior day's high and we backed off. And so we can see two things. We can see that supply will be completely cut off if we rise above that number, and that's going to cause more buying, right? The demand is going to press north, and that is going to be that line in the sand for us today. We had import prices come out. Didn't really move the market here nor there. How do we approach what we're looking at? We look at the current candle and two candles to the left. For those of us who've been around and listening to me for years and years and years and years, thank you for that, by the way. This brings me back to John Boyd's OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. And then you do it over and over and over and over again until it is completely rote. That means it's automatic. So what are we looking at? Let's just not think about what we think should happen. We can have that in the back of our minds, but we need to put ourselves in the position to benefit from motion, not sit in the direction crossing our fingers of that motion. Now, a lot of folks will say, you know what, you're full of crap for saying that. I do it my way. That's fine. Listen, there are a million ways to trade the market. All I'm saying is for the tactical trader, we have to look at trend and then we go, okay, I'm going to obey trend. When will trend have a problem? If I lose 45.41, that's going to be near the close of the prior day, right? That's what we're looking at right now. This is the top. We get above it. We're going to see prices push higher. And those higher prices could take us to, wow, I don't even see. Let's try it on the weekly and see what we get here for the next weekly rise before 87. I don't really see anything, right? It could be 72. Yeah, we got some flying, folks. We got some moves potentially to the upside. So here's the thing. What do? All of these folks are long, but they're probably long from being short. They're buying to cover, pressing things to the north. And so what we want to see is what's the strength of the first 5 minutes of the market. Do we press forward or do we fade? Again, range says you don't need to be short above 45.54. You can consider the short fade underneath 45.41 just so long as it bounces up and you take the lower high. Anything short is going to be massively under and behind the current. Fridays are normally trending days, particularly Fridays in the summer. Now, will this trend negative? Hey, great. Listen, you want to take a short? Take it right up at the top there, and if it breaches to the north by 2-3 points, you're out of there. You don't need to give it any more. Wait for it to fail and then retest and confirm that failure. As long as we have higher lows, folks, this market is going to ride higher. Qs, same sort of thing. You know, Q spreads, I should just buy these long on these dips into the close. I should do that. I just don't. And I don't because I'm a big fat chicken, I guess. Let's take a look at the Qs. This one, battling at the close of the prior day. Notice the compression here. This is not nearly as strong as a breakout might sit. And there's a likelihood of a gap down in this kind of formation. So the Qs, they make me a little nervous, right? I would go to a much tighter time frame. Let's see, 15 minutes maybe? See what this beast is doing. sideways, right? Sideways action. So what does sideways action tell you? You buy the dip because the trend is upward, right? So you look for the dip. That's around 15,690 or so. And then you're off to the races. Listen, if it comes up here and it starts doing what it's been doing, guess what? Take some profit and raise your stop, right? You don't need to make all the money for your private island today. You can do it another day too. The next big thing I want to talk about is the Commander-in-Chief, President Joe Biden, has deployed military to Northern Europe, not Northern Europe, to Europe somewhere, right? He's called them up last night. What's going to happen? I don't know. But what I think is likely to happen here is any dips in oil are going to be bought. Now, it's already at resistance. So it could be that the dips are going to bring us and collapse all the way down. And the news about the calling up of the military air reserves is a nothing burger. I don't know. Causes me a little bit of consternation for a number of reasons. But as far as oil goes, this is something that we want to watch, right? The dips are likely to bring us into regions that we could buy, but the dips could be savage. If you're looking for a longer term hold like I look for consistently, I'm going to see a failed retest that allows me to take the short in or look for a long at a much deeper support zone. Okay, quickly, SPY. Only took me about 52 times to do this video. I just kept saying stupid stuff. You ever have those mornings where you go, oh my, did that just come out of my mouth? Had a whole day of those. Okay, so here we are, big 450. Look at that. It hit it. It's hit it in the overnight. Everybody was looking for this number, right? Well, not everybody. A lot of people looking for the 450. This could be an ABCD pattern for those of us that trade harmonics, but you know, harmonics aren't so much in vogue as they were maybe 10 years ago when I used them all the time. Now they don't function as well because less people use them. But the ABCD pattern here does tell me I've got some kind of measure of resistance. It could be 451.70. It could be 454, right? But it's upward. So pullbacks or buy zones. Look at how many days we've gapped. 1, 2. We're going to gap again here, right? We gapped here. All of this is pre-market into the opening ticks. Pullbacks or buy zone. Where's the ideal breakaway? 443, 447. That's what we'll be looking for the pullbacks. It's a good place to take a little bit of profit. I don't believe it's a good place to short right now at all, particularly because it's Friday. And finally, let's take a look at the IWM. Running off the rails. Kaboom. Look at this. Beast. Beast. I think it's short covering here. But see, it doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong. If my goal is to capture profit, I want to move in the direction of trend, and trend is up. I do not want to predict the market. I want to be a first adopter of motion, and that's going to send me into pullbacks or buy zones. Now notice, see all this heavy congestion? It's also ascending, so it could break, but it could also move up. What's the takeaway? Watch for the highs. If they break, they're going to chase it because there's a brand new bunch of shorts that are sitting here crossing their fingers going, holy cow, I really hope it doesn't break that zone. Okay? And it's going to force them to get out. All right, everyone, that's it for me. It's Friday. Sorry to be a little punchy. Felt like I was a little punchy today. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you all on Monday.